How do you assert that a certain exception is thrown in JUnit tests? Introduction. Testing exceptions is one of the most important parts of unit testing in Java. In real applications, code often throws exceptions when invalid input is provided, business rules fail, resources are missing, APIs return errors, calculations become invalid. A common testing question is, how do you verify that a specific exception is thrown in a JUnit test? For example, illegal argument exception or null pointer exception. This topic helps learners understand why exception testing matters, how exception assertions work, JUnit 5 exception testing, JUnit 4 approaches, assertThrows, checking exception messages, best practices. Exception testing is a core Java and Spring Boot testing skill. Why test exceptions? Good unit tests verify both successful behavior, failure behavior. Example, divide 10-0 should fail safely. Without exception testing, invalid scenarios may go untested. Example concept. Valid input means success. Invalid input means expected exception. Simplest way in JUnit 5. assertThrows. JUnit 5 provides assertThrows. This is the modern and preferred approach. Basic syntax. assertThrows exception type.class. Run code that should throw exception. Example, division by 0. Application code. Public class calculator. Public int divide int a int b. If b equals 0, throw new illegal argument exception. Divider cannot be 0. Return a/b. JUnit test. Import org JUnit.jupyter.api.test. Import static org JUnit.jupyter.api.assertions. Public class calculator test. At test void should throw exception when divider is 0. Calculator equals new calculator. assertThrows illegal argument exception class. At calculator divide 10-0. Test passes if exception is thrown. How assertThrows works. Example concept. Run code. Exception thrown. Yes means test passes. No means test fails. Verifying exception message. You can capture the exception. Example. Illegal argument exception equals assertThrows illegal argument exception.class. Talk about calculator.divide.10.0. Assert equals divider cannot be 0. Exception.getMessage. This verifies. Key exception type. Key exception message. Why message validation matters. Sometimes multiple exceptions use same type. Message checking ensures correct failure reason, correct accurate validation behavior. Example, null validation. Application code. Public class user service. Public void register string name. If name equals null, throw new null pointer exception. Name cannot be null. Test. At test void should throw null pointer exception. User service equals new user service. assertThrows null pointer exception.class to do service.register null using assertThrowsExactly. JUnit 5 also provides ... assertThrowsExactly. Difference. Key exact exception only. Key subclasses not allowed. Example assertThrowsExactly. Illegal argument exception.class. Comma, calculator divide 10-0. assertThrows versus assertThrowsExactly. Method accepts subclasses. assertThrows yes. assertThrowsExactly no. Testing no exception. JUnit 5 also supports assert does not throw. Example. Assert does not throw calculator divide 10-2. Useful for verifying safe execution. JUnit 4 approach. Older JUnit versions used. At test expected equals exception.class. Example. At test expected equals illegal argument exception.class. Public void test divide. Calculator.divide 10-0. Problems with old JUnit 4 style. Limitations. Nope, cannot verify message. Less flexible, entire method affected. Because of this, assertThrows is preferred today. JUnit 4 expected exception rule. Older advanced approach. At rule, public expected exception equals expected exception.none. Example. Exception.expect, illegal argument exception.class. Exception.expect message, divider cannot be 0. Mostly replaced by JUnit 5 now. Lambda expressions in assertThrows. Notice. Calculator.divide, 10, 0. This is a lambda expression. It represents executable code. Example, concept. assertThrows executes lambda, testing custom exceptions. Application code. Public class, user not found exception, extends runtime exception. Public user not found exception is closed. Super message. End. Service. Throw new, user not found exception, user not found. Test. assertThrows user not found exception class. 123, service.findUser100. Very common in Spring Boot applications. Real-world Spring Boot example. Service method. Public user, get user, long ID. Return repository.findById, or else throw, and to new runtime exception, user not found. Test. Test, void, should throw when user missing. assertThrows, runtime exception class. 2 service get user, 1L. Common errors. 1. Forgetting assertThrows. Wrong.
Calculator.divide, 10, 0.
Test crashes instead of validating. 2. Wrong exception type. Example. assertThrows, null pointer exception, .class. But actual exception. Illegal argument exception. Result. Test fails. 3. Code outside lambda. Wrong. assertThrows, illegal argument exception, .class. Calculator divide 10, 0. Correct. assertThrows, illegal argument exception, .class. At calculator divide 10, 0. Best practices include: use assertThrows in JUnit 5. Verify exception messages when important. Test both valid and invalid scenarios. Create meaningful custom exceptions. Keep tests focused and readable. Example concept. Reliable exception handling means reliable applications. Advantages of assertThrows. Modern syntax. Check. Readable. Check. Flexible. Check. Supports message validation. Check. Lambda friendly. Limitations. Check. Requires JUnit 5 for latest features. Check. Excessive exception testing can clutter tests. Concepts learned in this topic. Why exception testing matters. JUnit 5 assertThrows. assertThrowsExactly. Validating exception messages. Testing custom exceptions. JUnit 4 approaches. Lambda-based testing. Simple definition. assertThrows. A JUnit method used to verify that specific code throws a particular exception. Final summary. The modern way to assert exceptions in JUnit is: assertThrows, exception type, class. 1. Code. Example.
assertThrows,
Illegal argument exception, .class, : calculator divide, 10, 0. You can also validate exception messages. Exception.getMessage. Key idea. Good unit tests verify both successful execution and expected failures. Once you understand exception assertions, your Java tests become far more reliable and professional.